Hey guys, welcome back to Lovin Dubai show where we go through the top trending stories that everyone across the country is talking about. Of course, we've woken up to horrific news and the UAE has condemned the Israeli attack on the Al-Ahli Baptist Hospital in Gaza, which claimed 500 lives.
We'll also be talking about the UAE and Ireland discuss regional developments.
Later on in the show, we're going to talk about a dog lover who's arranging a community dog walk in JLT this Saturday. If you love dogs, please bring them out.
And of course, we'll be talking about the record, the highest running track on a building. But first, the headline.
The UAE condemns the Israeli attack on Al-Ahli Baptist Hospital in Gaza. The United Arab Emirates strongly condemns the Israeli attack that targeted Al-Ahli Baptist Hospital in the Gaza Strip, resulting in the death and injury of hundreds of people. The last toll reached 500. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs expresses its deep regret for the loss of life and conveys its condolences to the families of the victims, wishing a swift recovery for all those injured.
The ministry also stressed the need for an immediate cessation of hostilities and to ensure that civilians and civilian institutions are not targeted. It underlined the importance of the protection of civilians according to international humanitarian law, international treaties for the protection of civilians and human rights, and the need to ensure that they are not targeted in conflict.
The UAE has called on the international community to intensify its efforts to reach an immediate ceasefire to prevent further loss of life, to avoid further fueling the situation in the occupied Palestinian territory, and to advance the efforts to achieve a comprehensive and just peace, while preventing the region from being pulled into new levels of violence, tension and instability on scene. I think we've all woken up to this horrific, senseless story where we're seeing 500 lives have been claimed. Our prayers this morning with Gaza for the senseless loss of life.
Like Casey said, our thoughts and prayers are with Gaza right now. And our next headline is the UAE and Ireland discuss regional developments. So the UAE Minister of Foreign Affairs, His Highness Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan, recently engaged in a fruitful discussion with Michael Martin, the Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister of Ireland, regarding the latest developments in the region. The conversation primarily focused on the crucial topics of protecting civilians, ensuring the safe passage of humanitarian aid, and addressing the challenges posed by extremism.
During their call, Sheikh Abdullah and Minister Micheál Martin underscored the urgent need to establish secure humanitarian corridors to facilitate delivery of relief and medical assistance to those in need. This emphasis on safeguarding civilian lives amid the ongoing crisis reflects the shared commitment of both nations to prioritise the well-being and safety of individuals affected by regional conflicts.
Furthermore, the two ministers delved into a broader scope of regional and international efforts aimed at combating extremism and curbing escalating violence, recognizing the destructive consequences that such cries have on civilian populations. They highlighted the importance of collective action to mitigate these risks and protect innocent lives. In the discussion, Sheikh Abdullah and Minister Martin stressed the significance of intensifying efforts to restore security and stability in the region by promoting dialogue, cooperation and collaborative initiatives. Both countries seek to foster an environment conducive to peace and prosperity.
This is between the UAE and Ireland, but we're seeing a major collaboration, and we'll also look at Egypt's hosting of a summit in the coming days, which brings together a lot more countries. However, this exchange between the UAE and Ireland serves as a testament to the enduring commitment of nations to address pressing regional challenges through sustained cooperation and a shared vision for a more secure and stable future. They strive to make tangible progress in resolving complex issues and of improving the lives of those affected.
As the international community continues to grapple with the complexities of the regional dynamics ongoing right now, the UAE and Ireland stand united in their dedication to promoting peace, protecting civilians, and advancing humanitarian efforts. Their dialogue sets a positive precedent for diplomatic engagement and underscores the importance of collective action in addressing regional crises effectively.
Egypt intends to host also an international summit to address the current crisis in Gaza. The country's presidency has said they hastily arranged the summit, which will take place on October 1st in Cairo. It brings together Turkey, Iraq, Qatar, among others, to kind of extend this dialogue.
Exactly. And we're seeing a lot of community members speaking out right now. We see your sentiments. And of course, like we said in the beginning of the show, our thoughts and prayers are with all the civilians affected by this and with Gaza right now. But we will jump into our next story. A dog lover is arranging a community dog walk in JLT this weekend, Saturday to be specific.
So Niall Harbison is a big fan of dogs, and what he's doing is he is on a mission to save the world's street dogs, and he spends much of his time doing just that. He lives in Thailand, where his work is to save local street dogs has touched hearts worldwide. His unwavering efforts to save every street dog, to rehome them, to give them a better life is the positive news people sometimes need to see.
Exactly. So Niall began hosting community dog walks around the world, and the response has been incredible. Niall will post on X, and he will be saying where he's at, and dog lovers gather simply there for a walk. And he's done dog walks in Ireland, the US, and very soon he's landing in Dubai. So he's set to gather dogs for a walk this Saturday, which is just a pleasant. It's just going to be a pleasant day to get out with your, for a friend and make a day of it, kind of just step away from what's the reality of life right now.
Niall has been quite open about his difficulties with mental health, and he just says, it's great to get a community together, and it's the simplicity of just going for a walk can actually put a smile on people's faces. Exactly. They've got JLT involved, so if you want to register, you can do that, but also just join us at 7:30 a.m. Down in Cluster X in JLT this Saturday at 7:30. Dogs must be on a leash for their safety. Also clean up after your dog. But just as a note, it is just a simple walk to get people together. And it's really amazing. He just kind of like puts a post out on Twitter and says, hey, I'm going for a walk. Does anyone want to come? And hundreds of people gather. And it was really cool because I saw someone I know on Instagram, a friend of mine, she happened to join the walk in Dublin, even though she lives in Dubai. And then she heard he was coming here. And she's like, great, I can't wait to get out. And just kind of like, it's just getting people together and reminding people that like just coming together as a community is such a beautiful, special thing. And
especially now, like rightfully so, people are so, our brains are occupied with what's happening around the world right now. So even like, the smallest of all times you can share with a community and take for yourself and spend for your dogs and your pets and all of that, like do go for, if you're in JLT at the time and if this is a convenient location for you, then do set out on this walk this Saturday. But yeah, our next story, it's a record for the highest running track on a building. Dubai's Wasl sets a new Guinness World Record title for the highest running track on a building situated 157 meters above the ground. Wasl's Sky Track is a 335-meter rooftop track where fitness enthusiasts can enjoy a unique experience surpassing a traditional gym, and the workout views of Burj Khalifa, Zabil Park, the Dubai Frame, Sheikh Zayed Road, Old Dubai, and the Arabian Gulf.
I think it's on a new building that hasn't been opened yet. I think it's kind of like a prestigious piece that they're highlighting ahead of Dubai Fitness Challenge, which of course is going to be announced soon. We've heard some very exciting things coming out from that. Those are top stories, but I think it's clear that our minds and thoughts are just with Gaza this morning. Waking up to that senseless piece of news, I think, was difficult for everyone, and our prayers are with Gaza. And as we said before, the UAE's effort in terms of getting aid and opening up corridors is incredible. What they've done is they've created the Tarahum for Gaza, which is specifically for donations. And we know that there will be community events happening, so you can get yourself involved in packing. They'll also be taking donations along with the Emirates Red Crescent. So there is a lot going on there. They announced an Abu Dhabi initiative last weekend. This weekend, hopefully there won't be one in Dubai that we can get to, because I think the main thing that people are doing here, and like the conversation that we had with Ibrahim yesterday, is people don't know what to do. Like you're seeing something that's so horrific in front of you, and you're sitting there thinking, how can you help, So I think if people have a channel to put the donations towards, is amazing. And the UAE is making that happen along with their important conversations with regional counterparties. They're also opening up donations for people.
Exactly, 100%. Like you said, it's tragic, extremely tragic what's happening right now, and people are confused as to like how they can play a part in this, and they're sitting helpless watching all the visuals unfold in front of them. But what we can do now is just donate. Like the only thing we can do now for society and for Gaza and everyone suffering there is just jump onto Tarahum, see all the packages. They have 3 different types of packages for kids, for women, and kids, women, and I think the elderly. And in those 3 packages, there's a list of items that they require for you to be putting into a box. So please, if you are able to, please go ahead and do that, and just do your part in contributing for Gaza.
Absolutely. 8:56 on this Wednesday morning. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We're back with you tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Goodbye from me.
Goodbye.